guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sasha, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Fenty Beauty line by Rihanna. And I am so excited to be doing this video because I haven't been excited about a makeup launch in a really long time. This entire line is heavily focused on complexion, so you're not going to see mascaras, eyeliner, eyeshadows, there's no lipsticks. It's all about skin, which I'm with 100%. Not to mention there are 40 foundation shades in this line. She has everyone covered from the fairest of the fair to the deepest of the deep. Not only that, but she covered all the undertones from cool to warm to peach and even to olive, which hallelujah is amazing to me because I am very olive. I literally look green when I look in the mirror sometimes, and it's very, very hard to find a foundation for me that is like 100% perfect, and she nailed it. So I went to Sephora and I spent a little over $200, which is kind of a lot of money. Actually, it is a lot of money, but considering that I purchased 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 products, I think that is reasonably priced. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys all the products that I purchased, and I'm gonna do a full face demo on myself. And after that, I'm gonna do an 8-hour wear test on the foundation, and at the end, show you what my foundation looks like and just what I think overall about this brand. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the primer, and this is the Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Primer. Comes in this beautiful frosted glass case, and my favorite thing about it is that it has a pump. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 pumps on my hand. And I love applying primer with my hands just because I feel like I know exactly where it's going. So I'm gonna focus on the center of my face and work my way out. What I notice about this primer is when you first apply it, it has a really lotiony feel, very hydrating, and within a few seconds it has a more mattifying finish. Not a super matte finish like a blurring kind of finish, but just a really soft matte finish that has this luminosity to it that I feel is very skin-like and looks really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to foundation, and this is the Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I'm in the shade 290, which is categorized as a medium with an olive undertone. So I am very, very, very happy about this olive undertone. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my beauty blender, and I'm actually going to work this in sections. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off just on one side of my face, focusing on the center portion of my face. The reason why I'm doing this in sections is because one thing that I notice about this foundation is once it locks into your skin, it really sets completely, where it's almost unblendable and movable once it sets into the skin. So I don't want to have it laying there for a while. I want to go ahead and blend it out right away. And the coverage is just absolutely amazing. So this is supposed to have a medium to full coverage, and I completely agree 100%. It definitely covers right away, as you guys can see on this side compared to this side. Now I'm just gonna apply it on the other side of my face. It has like a really light fragrance to it, and it's really nice. It's very subtle. I usually don't like anything too heavily fragranced, but this has like a soft, powdery scent to it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to concealer, and this is called the Stix Matte Skin Stick. That is a tongue twister. So this is how much product you get in here. It's $25, and it's a cream formula. And I ended up picking up the concealer as well as the contour, and they're magnetic, so when you put them close to each other, they just automatically stick, which is really awesome. Also, I was faced with the dilemma of, do I buy the concealer and the contour separately, or do I get the trio of the concealer, the contour, and a highlighter, all 3, and it comes out to $54, which is a deal because each one of these are $25 each, so these 2 together are already $50. And in the medium category, the concealer that they had selected for the trio was way, way too light for me. It was not only like 1 or 2 shades lighter than me, it was like 4 shades lighter than me. And I swatched it, it looked super ashy. So even though I was really interested in getting the trio and like saving money and getting like the free highlighter, I just didn't think the concealer that they chose for the medium category worked out. So I went ahead and chose a concealer in my shade, and this time instead of choosing a concealer that is a little bit lighter than me, because I tend to do that if I want to highlight and look brighter, I went with a shade that matches my skin tone perfectly. Instead of swiping it under my eyes like I normally do, I'm going to go ahead and use a brush to pick it up with and then apply it under my eyes. And I lied, I'm taking it and swiping it just because it's not really tugging on my skin, which is what I was afraid it was gonna do, but it's doing really well. One thing you definitely don't want to skip out on is using a good eye cream right before you apply this concealer, just because it is a cream stick concealer and it's not a more hydrating and liquidy concealer. That way everything just blends out really nicely. So I have it on this eye and I don't have it on this eye. The coverage is definitely there. I'm gonna go ahead and try the swiping motion again. And it does blend beautifully with the Beauty Blender. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep on blending. All right, so the concealer is blended in, and overall I'm really happy with the finish. I almost feel like I don't even have to set it with anything because it has more of a mattifying finish to it, but we'll see how everything goes once I have everything else on. And I do actually recommend getting a shade that matches your skin tone. That way you can use it as a foundation as well. So next I'm gonna go in with the contour stick, and this is the same exact product, just in a deeper shade. I picked up the color Mocha, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start on this side of my face. So I'm just gonna do a little swipe like that. To blend this out, I'm gonna go ahead and use a brush by Crown Brushes, C517, but pretty similar to like a MAC 109 brush. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do circular motions, and it blends beautifully. It looks like a lot when you first apply it, but as you buff it out, it looks more and more like skin, and it looks a lot more natural. I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and just sort of clean it up under. So I'm just gonna contour everywhere else. And I'm now gonna do my nose as well. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out with the same brush. With this formula, you do have a little bit of playtime. It doesn't dry down right away. So that's why I did my entire face. To blend the nose, I'm gonna use the same exact brush. You can definitely use more of a blending brush for this, but I just have a clean one at hand right now. And then I'm taking my Beauty Blender and just running it through the entire nose so everything looks super diffused. You don't see any lines. So moving on to highlighter, I went ahead and picked up the Kilawatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo. And in this compact, you get two different highlighters. Mean Money, which is the one on this side, has a little bit more of a natural sort of mattifying finish. And the other side, which is called Hustle Baby, is definitely more of your shimmery, glittery highlight. So I thought it was really clever that they included two different finishes. Like I mentioned earlier, the concealer that I applied really doesn't need to be set with a powder because it is a little bit more mattifying. But I'm just gonna use this to highlight the center portion of my face. That way it looks brighter. And I'm just taking very little product and just dabbing it. I don't wanna go too crazy. So next I'm gonna go ahead and take Hustle Baby, which is this really pretty gold highlighter, and I'm just gonna apply that in the areas where I normally highlight. I'm gonna take it down the bridge of the nose, on my cupid bow. I'm also going to take a pencil brush and just apply it on the inner corners of my eyes, just to add on to this glow. All right guys, so what do we think so far? I'm really digging it. I'm digging everything. I definitely feel like I need a lip, I need blush, I need stuff on my eyes, but So far, everything looks good to me. Moving on to lips, I went ahead and picked up the Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow, and this is a universal lip gloss, so this matches every single skin tone, which I think is amazing that she did that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this, and I'm not gonna apply any lip liner or lipstick for that matter. I really just want you guys to see how this color looks. All right, so this is what the gloss looks like. I'm in love with it. It smells good, feels so nice on the lips. Not sticky at all, super smooth, moisturizing. The one thing that I forgot to do that I've been doing all week is using a little bit of the contour color on my eyes as eyeshadow. I'm gonna take a little bit of that contour color, and on a flat application brush, I'm just gonna apply this all over my lid. And I love the way this color looks on my eyelid. I feel like it looks really natural. So yeah, just a little tip. All right, so we're down to the very last step in this whole makeup routine, and that is to set your makeup. So I went ahead and picked up the Invisimatte blotting powder, and this is a universal shade. On the Sephora website, it says that blotting is the last step to the Fenty face, helping your makeup last longer. So you can blot before or after applying foundation and throughout the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and blot in the areas where I get oily. I get oily in my cheeks very, very fast. So I'm just gonna lightly set. I have to say, I am really in love with this press powder, or this blot powder. It gives a really soft finish to the face. It really looks like you're wearing a filter. All right, so that's the powder, and I don't know if you guys can notice the difference, because I don't know how it's translating on camera, but up close in the mirror, I can see that it's just given me like this super soft, beautiful finish. All right guys, I'm pretty much done with my makeup. I have on everything that I purchased from Sephora. So just to recap, we have the primer, foundation, concealer, contour, powder, highlight, lip gloss, and blotting powder. That's everything that I have on right now. And now I'm just gonna finish up the rest of my makeup. I'm not gonna add on too much because I really wanna keep this look focused on complexion and what you see now. All right guys, so I went ahead and finished the rest of my makeup, and all I added was brow gel, mascara, lashes, and also added a little tiny bit of blush. And now I'm gonna go ahead and head out for the day. I have a bunch of errands to run. I have to take my dogs to the park, and I'm probably not gonna be home until later this evening. So we're really gonna put this foundation to the test today, and I'll catch up with you guys later. All right guys, so I'm back from a really long day, and I've examined my face in the mirror to figure out what I look like now. I think overall the foundation held up really well, and it is definitely a long-lasting foundation. And I do see a little bit of shine on my face, on my cheeks, down my nose, and a little bit on my forehead, but that's where I always get super oily. Also, I had every intention of bringing the blotting powder with me just so I can touch up throughout the day, because this is what it's for, but I just totally forgot. And this is what my face looks like with no touch-ups, but I think that with the blotting powder, it's really gonna refresh the look of my makeup. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now so you guys can see what it looks like when I touch up. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and touch up my lip as well, because we all know lip gloss doesn't like to stay all day. So overall, I really like this foundation. I find that it works especially well for oily skin. I can't really speak too much for people that have dry skin, but I will say that I highly recommend moisturizing really well if you do have a drier skin type, and maybe even setting it afterwards with a good dewy makeup spray, because this foundation is pretty mattifying. As far as the longevity, I feel like it lasts forever. I could probably go on for another 8 hours and my foundation will still be intact. I just don't see any sort of separation. The coverage is really consistent all throughout. Usually at the end of the day, my face just looks like it's half missing, and I'm just really impressed with the way this foundation looks right now. And the best thing about it is that it feels super lightweight on the skin. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing a ton of foundation. So I'm a huge fan of that. So I just want to share my top favorite products from this line and my least favorite products from this line. So my top favorite products, I would definitely have to say would be the primer, the foundation, and the blotting powder. They really formulated all three products to work well together, especially for oily skin. And I really enjoy the contour stick a lot. I feel like it blends like a dream. It looks super natural on the skin. And the lip gloss is to die for. I'm obsessed with it. Now for my least favorite products, I would have to say the concealer is something I'm still getting used to because I don't like the way it really applies when I think about it. I feel like the application isn't as seamless as I'm used to with my other concealers. But other than that, the coverage is actually really great and it doesn't budge. The other product that I'm not super crazy about is the highlighter, mainly the glittery highlighter here. I just find it too glittery and too shimmery for my liking, but I did really like the one on the left side, which has more of a natural satin finish. But other than that, I think she absolutely killed it with this line. Just the fact that she even has 40 foundation shades in this line is a huge success for a brand, and she really created this brand with every single person in mind. I'm definitely going to continue using the line, especially because they are 100% cruelty free, and that means a whole lot to me these days. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to let me know your thoughts below and give this video a like. And if you guys are not yet a part of my YouTube family, make sure that you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!